Cats are not just finicky dogs. Though many aspects of caring for cats and dogs are similar, there are clearly areas that you will need to be aware of that are markedly different. Let's begin with reproduction. The cat, unlike the dog, is what we call an induced ovulator. What that means is that the female cat, when she's in heat, will ovulate or release her eggs at the time she is bred. Most other mammals, including the dog, have a set time in their heat cycle where the eggs are released. The cat in heat will prance around showing off and not ovulate until she's been bred. Once they've been bred, they will go out of heat, and quite often they're pregnant. Like the dog, she carries her kittens from 61 to 63 days. When the queen is about to give birth, she will often hide away or nest, begin to have very full mammary glands, and may not eat 24 hours prior to delivery. Owners should assist by creating a quiet whelping box or arrange some blankets on the floor of a closet. A cut-down paper towel case makes an excellent whelping box for cats. Cats generally have very few delivery problems. They will generally have between 3 to 6 kittens within as little as 1 hour or as long as 36 hours. If any animal is in hard labor and is actively pushing for more than 2 hours without results, contact a veterinarian for possible assistance. Most cats will naturally attempt to clean up their new kittens. If they ignore them, you may need to assist by helping to wipe off the membranes with a paper towel or clean cloth. Kittens, like puppies, have the 2 basic needs of staying warm and nourished. If they're crying, they're probably cold or hungry. Orphaned kittens can be fed a commercially available product called kitten milk replacer, or KMR. A homemade formula was listed in the first section and is also listed in your notebook. During the first 2 to 3 weeks of hand-raising kittens, you'll need to stimulate urination and defecation after feeding by lightly swabbing the genital area with a wet cotton ball or washcloth. At approximately 10 to 14 days of age, most kittens' eyes and ears will have opened. Weaning the kittens will occur between 4 to 6 weeks of age and should be done just as with the bitch and her puppies. The nutritional needs of fast-growing kittens vary slightly from that of dogs. The energy needs of these active kittens is slightly higher, and this nutritional need is generally met by increasing the fat content of kitten and cat foods. Most quality name brand cat foods will provide adequate amounts of energy, protein, vitamins, and minerals. This is also about the time you'll want to introduce lightweight toys for your kitten to bat around. Balls and fabric mice make good cat toys. Such toys are especially enticing to a cat's curiosity, but cats should not be left unattended with string, yarn, or thread. They are easily swallowed and often create a surgical emergency in the cat's intestines. It is better to place a ping pong ball in the cage with the cats. The balls are easily cleaned, make very little noise, and provide hours of entertainment for a confined cat. Collars can be placed on kittens as early as a month of age. Special precautions should be taken with collars and flea collars. First, it is a good safety precaution to be sure the collar has a stretchable segment that will allow the cat or kitten to escape the collar should it get caught up on something. Cats, because they are much better jumpers than dogs, are more likely to get snagged up on a fence or in a tree. Many collars for cats, including flea collars, are designed to accommodate such crises. Kittens and cats tend to be slightly more sensitive to various chemicals, and thus special attention should be taken when selecting a flea collar. Young kittens are especially sensitive and should probably only be fitted with a flea collar if directed by their veterinarian. Bathing cats and kittens is a challenge because most cats truly detest getting wet. In general, it may not be necessary to bathe cats like we do dogs. Cats tend to have a strong tendency toward personal hygiene and will often bathe themselves with their tongue. We'll usually only recommend bathing a cat if they're not cleaning themselves or have a need for a medicated bathing like skin infections, ringworm, or flea infestations. If it is necessary to undertake bathing a cat, then follow these helpful pointers. If the cat is not declawed, trim the sharp tips off the nails prior to starting. Most cat nails are clear, making the quick easy to identify and avoid. Secondly, provide the cat something to hang on to rather than your arm. A wire rack or screen placed in the sink works very well for this purpose. Thirdly, while holding the scruff with one hand, wet the cat with a hose sprayer attachment in the other. Minimizing the amount of water the cat sees or hears will reduce the excitement level. This includes turning the water off while lathering. These 3 pointers will all help to minimize the trauma to you and your cat. Training a cat to use the litter box is generally a very natural process that most cats readily pick up on. You can begin the process as early as 3 to 4 weeks of age. The litter box should be located in an easily accessible location. Approximately 1 inch of clean litter is a more than adequate amount of litter for the box. Keeping the litter and box clean and odor-free is one of the most important things for cat owners to remember in order to keep their cat using their litter box. Placing the cat or kitten in the litter box once or twice is often all the initiation a cat needs to catch on. Cats that suddenly stop using the litter box generally have some behavioral or emotional problem that we will discuss in more depth in another tape. Clay, sand, and clumping litter are all available and work well. It's up to the cat and their owner as to which they like best. A dust-free litter is important, as this will help reduce respiratory infections and sneezing. Cat carriers provide an excellent way to transport a cat outside their homes. Veterinary hospitals may provide cardboard cat carriers for patients of the hospital that don't have a carrier. Cars, strange smells, and strange noises can all initiate a fear-induced escape attempt. The cat has different environmental needs than a dog. Items that cats enjoy having in their environment include a scratching post, windowsills for sunning, and high places to escape the foot traffic and gain a better perspective as to what's going on down below. Scratching has several functional purposes in cats. Scratches on the bark of a tree marks out a cat's territory and sharpens their claws at the same time. The scratching post provides a useful alternative to the upholstered furniture for those cats that have not been declawed. Let's talk for a minute about the cat declaw procedure and discuss times when it might be indicated. The issue of declawing cats is quite controversial in some circles. Though most veterinarians support the practice under the appropriate conditions, some people strongly oppose the practice because they feel the procedure leaves the cat defenseless. Most veterinarians will agree that the advantages for having the front claws removed, the elimination of destructive scratching of people and furniture, far outweighs any disadvantages of the procedure. This procedure should be reserved for indoor cats only because outdoor cats need their claws for self-defense and climbing. The surgical procedure can be performed on kittens as young as 3 months of age, if necessary, but it may be best to wait until the cat is spayed at 6 months whenever possible, so the cat will need to undergo anesthesia only once. The declaw surgery eliminates the nail and its attached distal phalanx. The toes will be uncomfortable for as little as 1 day or as long as several weeks in rare situations. The cats are generally bandaged and hospitalized for 1 to 3 days to minimize their activity and the bleeding caused by such activity. The litter is also replaced with paper products or other clean items to eliminate paper from getting into the healing incisions on the toes. In the vast majority of cats, within a week, they're running and playing like nothing ever happened. Long-haired cats, like long-haired dogs, will require extra brushing and grooming to prevent unwanted mats from forming. A daily brushing with a standard brush will do wonders for their appearance as well as the prevention of hairballs. The tongue of the cat has barb-like projections that make it act like a brush. This, combined with the fastidious cleaning habits of most cats, will produce excessive hair accumulation in the stomach. This accumulation of hair can lead to regular regurgitation of food, dry heaves, or excessive hair in the stool. Regular brushing and the use of feline laxatives such as these shown here will help to lubricate any hairballs and allow them to safely pass on through the digestive tract. 1 to 2 inches of laxative placed on the cat's paw or directly into the mouth will usually prevent the retching cats do associated with hairballs. Finally, notes on the cat's preventive health program. Kittens should be brought into the veterinarian's office by 6 to 8 weeks, so vaccinations, dewormings, and a thorough examination may be given.
Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and if you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe.